Hello everybody, it is new comic book day. Time to go get the new pulls for the new week of August 19th, 2026 from my local comic shop. Alright guys, a lot on the agenda for today. I just got my oil changed, now I'm finally heading to the store. And I also gotta tell you guys, I'm about to start a new job. So it might be a lot more difficult for me to actually make and produce videos and also buy comics because a lot of changing financial stuff. I'm also gonna have to move 2.5 hours away. So maybe changing comic shop, which will be more difficult to actually just get everything transitioned over to my new shop if I find one down there. But it'll be an interesting process. I'll try to keep you guys updated as best as possible, but there's just a lot of changing parts right now in my life, and I hope you guys can understand. I mean, I'm getting my life really started, about to move out of my parents' house and live on my own for the first time truly in my life, other than living in a college dorm, but that's not really living by yourself if you think about it. But it's a lot of changing parts. So I'm trying to also maintain my professional life while also just having fun and talking about comics, because this is what I truly do love comic books. But right now in today's economy where gas is $3.80 and a comic book averages at $5, buying 20 books will cost you about $100 compared to $80 whenever they used to be $4. And that's not even taking into account that some comics are going for $6, let alone $10 with the next Amazing Spider-Man issue 1000. I mean, that's absolutely bonkers. I mean, I know it's an extremely oversized issue, but $10 for one comic. Some books are $8, $9, $7. Like, it's getting ridiculous, the comic book market. And I love that it is booming right now, but it's also extremely expensive, and you're going to drive out a lot of people who can't afford to buy all these different comic books. And whether it's the independent publishers that are going to have to take a knock for that, or even the big two that's going to have to take a big knock for that, it's just very, I don't want to say frustrating, but I think that's the best word to say. It's frustrating because I can't keep affording all this stuff. But that's just what's going on in my life right now. Just thought I should keep you guys updated. And we're almost at the local comic shop. I'll show you guys around the place and then show you what I got for my new comic book day when I get back to my house. Also, I think I forgot to tell y'all, I got a Kirkland energy drink. We got the tropical flavor here today. It's actually really good. I highly recommend these. They're a lot cheaper than all the other caffeinated energy drink beverage brands out there. And it gets you the same amount of caffeine, no sugar, or it says 0 sugar. We all know what the real truth is here. But yeah, that's my drink for today. And we are here at Collected Comics and Games. Time to go inside and actually get the pulls. And then I'll show you guys when I get back home what I pulled. But let's go show you around the place real quick. So we have made it back to the crib, got the red bag and all the books on the inside. Let's go ahead, get them out of the, I guess I can't call it the rare red bag anymore because this is back-to-back weeks. We'll see how long that sticks around for. But here is the stack, decent little stack, and we'll start off with the stuff on the very top. We have, yes, this is a DC compact. I'm a compactaholic, you guys should know this. This is the Batman and Son comic that just came out from Grant Morrison and Andy Kubert. This, of course, follows Batman and his son, Damian Wayne, Talia as well, Talia al Ghul. A lot of that side of the DC universe I just love. Batman is my #1 DC person, so anytime a Batman compact comes out, I'm gonna get it because I just want to read more about Batman and just all that's his history. But let's get on with the actual comics. We have Absolute Flash issue number 18. Of course, we're going to get Wally in this issue, but we're going to get Zoom as well. Going to see Linda and what's going on with her. Grodd, I'm sure, will be a big part of this as well. Oh, that's absolutely terrifying. I'm not going to show you guys that, but something horrible happens to Miss Dibney in this book. At least I think so, from what that page just showed. This could be absolutely insane. Can't wait to get on to that book. We also have Absolute Green Arrow. This is issue number 4. We continue to follow Dinah as she investigates the Green Arrow killer. Who is he or she or it? We still don't know who it is, but we're learning more and more about him as we go along. Roy Harper is also in this series. I just want to know who the Green Arrow person is, and we're also going to get the introduction of Absolute Solomon Grundy here on the A cover. It looks really cool, and I can't wait to see how they introduce him in this series. Is he actually, I don't know. I just can't wait to see how they introduce him in this series. Next, we have Bug Wars, the coming of the War Doom. Really, really anticipated book for me this week. It was number 8 on my list. If you didn't see it, it's because I forgot to put it on there. I was literally just recording and I skipped over it. I can't believe I did that, but Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Asrar are back and showing us more and more about the yard and everybody that lives inside of it. And I can't wait to see how Slade is going to be brought back to the yard and how his brother's doing and just the overall entire society that he has concocted for himself. Looks like he's getting bullied a lot in this opening issue, but I think he's also covered in bugs. So maybe for good reason. Let's be real here. You don't need to bring your bugs to school. But moving on, we have End of Life. This is issue number 7. Gonna see where Eddie Stallion goes in this issue. We know he's being tortured. Curious to see how the city of, oh my gosh, it's blanking out on me. Anyways, the city where George Stallion lives, how they're going to react to that. Are they going to go after him? Are they not? I don't know. And also, how long is it going to take for Eddie to become an actual good person to think about others for a change? Can't wait to see here in End of Life issue 7. We got G.I. Joe issue 25. This is a wraparound cover, as it is part 1 of 5 of Night Force, this new arc for the G.I. Joe side of things. And it's also an oversized issue because it's anniversary issue 25. Can't wait to see how the Joes take on the other Joes and what the inner civil war of the G.I. Joes is going to be. Tom Riley, of course, on the art. Looks absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to see what happens here in the opening issue of Night Force. Moving on, we have the Hornsby and Halo book from the Unbelievable universe of Ghost Machine with Hornsby and Halo, the Rockefellers, and we're getting introduced to the Dead Tones in this issue. Can't wait to see how that's going to go down in this issue of Hornsby and Halo. I am still a relatively new reader of this series, as I only picked it up for the Who Are the Unbelievables story arc with the Trillion Dollar Kid, excuse me. Can't wait to see how this goes down. Written by Peter J. Tomasi, and Schneeberg is the artist for this issue. Moving on, we have a book that's in a bag and board. This is The Last Driver, issue number 1. Not quite sure why they put it in a bag and board. Probably should have asked ahead of time, but oh, I see why. It's like, it's sideways. Oh, okay, so you read it like this. I'll be honest, I've never seen this before. Let me know what you guys think. This will definitely be on my buy or sell, which I do plan to have on Friday. This is an interesting concept, and I'll see how I like it. Yeah, this is written by Sean Murphy, and the artist is Simon Gogg, or Go. Not quite sure how to say that. I think actually Sean Murphy does the writing and he's the writer and the artist. Yes, correct. This is basically a world where people don't drive anymore. It's all automated, but the last driver on Earth is going to go and basically the road is his religion. Can't wait to see how this goes down, and I'm very interested in the concept of reading it like it's a notebook, kind of. That's just what I think of whenever I see that type of format. So we'll see how this goes down, and Also how durable it is. Like, I don't know how that's going to work while I'm reading it. Anyways, moving on, we have Lobo issue 6. Lobo is going to take on the Tooth Fairy in this issue as he's back to working for that. That doesn't look like Jorge Corona's artwork. This is not Jorge Corona on the artist for this issue. That might be a big issue for me because a lot of the reason I get this title is for Jorge Corona's artwork. I did not notice that. But anyways, this is the artwork on the inside. Rosmo, it looks like, is the artist. Maybe Jorge Corona does a couple pages. Honestly, I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's because of the Tooth Fairy universe that they're in. I don't know, but this doesn't look like Jorge Corona's artwork to me. I'm still interested to see how it goes down. Scotty Young's still the writer for this issue, but I'm kind of disappointed. I was expecting more Jorge Corona artwork on the inside, and it doesn't look like we're going to get that. Next, we have another Ghost Machine book, Red Coat, as it is a wraparound cover. Jeff Johns writing this title, Brian Hitch on the artist. We have Red Coat Simon Pure going to essentially try to find out what's going on with the antagonist in this title. I always forget what his name is. Arnold, Benedict Arnold. And we're just learning more and more about the decisions that Simon Pure is making. He just lost his family and he basically has nothing to lose. And he's going to risk it all to try to find them probably, but also try to get back at Benedict Arnold. So I can't wait to see how that goes down in Red Coats issue 19. Sorry if that cut off. I think Red Coat issue 19. Next, we have Superman Unlimited issue 16, part 3 of the Kingdom of Zod event, written by Dan Slott, and the artist for this issue is Rachel Stott. This is going to be focused more on the Superboy side of things with Superboy Prime as well. I don't like the way that he is done in this issue, at least the way that he's drawn from the first couple of pages I have seen. He doesn't look like the Superboy Prime that I know. I'll just put it that way. We'll see how this issue goes. The first issue was pretty bad with Supergirl. I like the Action Comics issue with Mark Waid. We'll see if Dan Slott can continue this series and make it a memorable one. Looks like we're going to get more of Superman and the Justice League who went to go capture Superman out of the time stream in this issue. Can't wait to see how it goes down. Superman Unlimited issue 16. Next, we go over to Arcadia issue number 7, the start of the second story arc for the Miranda brothers, Anaki and Roy Miranda from Ignition Press. Gonna see if Fix and Halu can continue their path to the lost city of Arcadia and if they're welcomed in, because we know that there's crazy animals and monsters out there. And are they both going to make it? I don't know, but I can't wait to see how it goes down. I also can't wait to just listen to the music that's inside this book, because they still do the QR codes that give you a music. Basically, it takes you to YouTube, plays a little bit of music that helps fill out the scene and makes it look more like a movie rather than just a straight up comic book, which is a dope concept that I have enjoyed thoroughly throughout this title. Next, we go over to Marvel. We have Avengers Armageddon. This is issue number 3. Chip Zdarsky, of course, doing the writing, and Andito on the artwork. Ario Andito. Still trying to formulate a plan against Red Hulk and all of his little goons that he has working for him as they are colonizing Latveria and calling it New America. How is that going to go down here in issue number 3? Will they finally get Coulson? I forget what his first name is, but Coulson, who's probably the strongest character right now in the Marvel Universe. I mean, it doesn't seem like anybody can stop him. A Sentry level character, and we're just learning more and more about why he is the way he is. Who really is he at the central core of his person, and what have these powers brought out of him? Have they corrupted him? Have they made him a worse person, a better person? Who knows? We'll see how that continues in the Armageddon event from Marvel. Next, we have Daredevil, issue number 5. Stephanie Phillips and Lee Garbett continuing this amazing run so far. Looks like we're going to see where Matt Murdock's best friend, Foggy Nelson, is, what he's been doing. And also just the detective in this series, who I forgot what his name is, seeing what the investigation continues for the character of Omen. Looks like Daredevil / Matt Murdock's going to interview slash interrogate the detective, see what he knows, see if he can help him at all. But ultimately, I think he's going to be pretty useless. Seems like he's a character that's just not a good person. He's just looking out for himself. But we'll see how Stephanie Phillips continues her first run ever writing the character of Daredevil. Next, we have Dispatched. This is issue number 2 from Ignition Press, written by B. Clay Moore, and the artist is Daniel Getty, or Get. Where we left off in issue 1 is the robbery is taking place, but the dispatcher delivery driver, Morgan Powers, who is an ex-Black Ops agent, is infiltrating the inside and is looking to spoil these robbers' day and make sure that they don't get away with robbing this place. Can't wait to see how it continues. It was a fantastic issue 1. Can they keep up the pace here in issue number 2? Next, we go over to Marvel, Queen in Black, Defenders of Light and Dark. Looks like it's a little damaged down here at the bottom. Could be from my comic shop or whatever, but it's bent down here in the bottom right corner, or just the entire right side as a whole. Anyways, we've left off with issue 1, the question of what's going to happen to Cloak and Dagger, and also just Beta Ray Bill and all the others fighting to keep the side alive as the Queen in Black event continues. If I'm being honest, I probably shouldn't have picked this book up because I'm not reading the main title of Queen in Black, but I love the characters in this book, and I wish they were more in the Marvel Cinematic, or not Marvel Cinematic, but Marvel side of things here in the Marvel Comics universe. But we'll see how that goes in issue number 2. And then we also have What If Runaways. This is issue number 1 because it is a one-shot. This is a homage cover. And this is essentially what if the Runaways hadn't run away, written by Rainbow Rowell, and the artist is Zulema Scotto Lavina. This is what the interior artwork looks like. Looks pretty solid. I really love the cover, so that's a big reason for why I got this, but I also enjoy the Runaways because I think they're very Gen Z coded. I think a lot of people in my generation can probably relate to them, and they appreciate just all their thoughts and what they do and who they are as characters. I think if Marvel really focused on the Runaways, I think they would be a huge hit with Marvel, especially if you get some good writers on this title that can showcase each and every single character's personality traits and why they do what they do. Moving on, we have American Caper, issue number 10, as we get closer and closer to the end of this first story arc. William and Marnie are probably the worst that they've been in this entire series. Marty's just throwing crazy parties. William's trying to help out this rapper who's got some crazy stuff going down. His son and daughter are doing some crazy things because they're kind of getting roped into terrible situations. I just love this book so much, and I can't recommend it enough. If you love GTA 5, the story mode, Dan Houser and Laszlo, the writers of the story mode, write this title. And this book, I believe, will inevitably become a video game. So it's obviously going to hold its value if you're interested in that side of stuff. But it's just such great character work. I don't know why you wouldn't get it, because it is fantastic each and every single issue. And then finally, we have Witness Point, issue number 2 from Dark Horse Comics. Heath Corson does the writing, and art is done by Sue Lee. We found this place where essentially this one FBI worker or government worker sent all these different people who are on witness protection to one city in the middle of butt-F nowhere. They call it Witness Point, and one person has died, and they are fearful that all these people who are on witness protection are going to get found out. So this FBI director or government official goes to Witness Point, is talking to the sheriff, trying to formulate a plan to find out who the culprit is and who is leaking all this information to these hitmen or hitwomen that are killing all these people on witness protection. It was a fun issue 1. Can't wait to see what goes down in issue number 2. But guys, if you made it this far through the video, please hit that like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And I'll see you guys Friday for my buy or sell. But remember, keep reading those comics panel by panel. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your day. It's been a long week for me. Give me a break.